Okay, so we're doing a special meditation today with Adriana Rizzolo. So I'm just waiting for her to sign on, and also hopefully we get other people joining us live. If not, I will post this on both my Instagram so that you guys can do this on your own time, and I can post it on my Facebook. I'm probably no longer going to be doing the lives via Instagram and Facebook, just because it's hard to have both up at the same time, so I'll be just doing it via Instagram most likely. Yay! Adriana, you're here! So let's go live with you. I think it worked, maybe? So we'll just see if this is working. Hopefully I have a good connection. Age, is it working? Let me try again. Oh wait, no, it worked! Can you hear me okay? Is the connection not good? Sort of. It's like fuzzy.
Hold on one second. Hey, I mean, I have it on.
Yeah.
The internet on.
A little bit. Yeah, that's better.
Is that
yeah,
better?
Yeah, that was better.
Okay. Hi.
Hey, it's been so long.
I know. How's it going?
It's not so bad. Just drinking my tea right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cold.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you too. It's really cold over here. So kind of just beaming around like a crazy person. What'd you say?
You're in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. So I've been here now for like 6 years. Or 5 years.
Is it snowing?
No, it's just freezing. I gotta make my way out to California.
Yeah, come.
Yes. So just thank you for doing this, because honestly, what I've been doing over the last 2 months is like little tiny challenges to build like habitual things, you know, for people to do. One was like a cheesy little plank challenge. Then I did like running specific exercises. And then I posted like a poll on what other people wanted to do, gave some options. And luckily, like a little selfish on my part, meditation was the one that won, because back when I would say like maybe 4 years ago, when David, Harshada was still in New York City, like doing the whole spiritual experience with him really helped me so much. But then once I got super busy with work, like it pretty much just stopped. Like there's been like no like go with meditation, spirituality. It's just I'm constantly going and moving, and I can't slow myself down, and I'm like, I have so much more anxiety because of it too.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think that happens sometimes, and that's like just a kind of part of the process. I think like, we see a lot of these things with like, we can see a lot, not you, but
in general,
just in general, see these things as like from our small mind, as like I'm going to do this and then I get that, or I'm going to start meditating every day and then I'm going to be a meditator, and when we look at it from this perspective of really, opening ourselves up to, receiving what wants to move through us and into our lives, that happens sometimes. Then like you experience a deep transformative thing, and like your life like explodes, and you like, and you're just in that flow. And then, like, exactly. Like, I think what you just shared is really beautiful, because it really affirms something that people can feel really bad about sometimes. And I always say, like, because I lead trainings all the time, and sometimes people finish the training and then they like schedule a session with me 6 months later. They're like, I'm so sorry. I lost my connection to God, because that's, oftentimes how I'll teach about it. And then, and I'm like, well, what have you been doing? They're like, oh, well, I wrote an album, and, and it's like, Well, okay. Well, it doesn't seem like you lost that much of a connection to me.
That's
you know,
great.
like, and then they're like, oh, you know, it's like, it's this gap that we have between thinking that we know like what it means to be connected to, you know, a God as we understand
Yeah.
it, or to love,
Yeah.
you know. And I think that that's, you know, that's just like, so it's nice to hear that. And also, yeah, like it does help us,
Yeah.
you know, in certain ways. And so it's good that you're bringing that back in.
Yeah, no, and I'm happy that like I am, because I feel like when I was doing it, it made me more present, you know, and I was able to like just handle my relationships better, and like, you know, not
Yeah.
get so, you know, just like, oh my God, like I have to accomplish every little thing possible on my to-do list. Like, I'm just like, it's okay. Like, you know, that will get done. And then from just
Yeah.
like a running experience, you know, I'm not so tied up with all like my bodily aches, you know.
Yeah.
Being an aging athlete and approaching almost 35, let's just say that I'm getting more aches and pains than I would like to say that I'm not, you know. So just bringing in that breath work too, I think is totally going to help and be transformative from like an athletic perspective, you know, which I'm excited about. Totally. Yeah, so cool. I would say.
So do you have any questions? And then I thought I could just lead like
so let's kind of go
a 10-minute long meditation or something. But if you have any questions or anything
no
like
one's
that,
really brought up any questions. I would say what I would want to know for my own self is, when it comes to bringing in like a meditation practice again, like, is it better to do it in the morning? Is it better to just, you know, like, is there some way that you can get, I don't know, into a better routine for you? Like, how do you think, like, for someone who's like super uber beginner, like getting into their meditation practice?
Yeah. I mean, that's a really great question. And it's also really hard to answer.
I know.
Because each of us are really different, you know? And so if somebody is really like, I really want to learn how to meditate and like, I want to do it every day, you know, I think it could be helpful to set a period of time, you know, where it's like, you know, like I just started leading this program. It's based in sobriety as well, but meditation is a part of it. And so it's a 40-day thing where we're meditating every day, or like what you're doing, like you're just introducing this for a period of time. I think that that can help in terms of times of the day. It really, again, if you're somebody that just like wakes up and like I'm very awake in the morning, you know, like I wake up and I'm like awake, and at night I'm like super tired, you know, super tired. And so it's also like feeling into, and it doesn't have to be the same time every day, although cultivating and creating a space where you do it can be really helpful, you know, because then you're returning back to that same space and energy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Something else that I would say is, you know, for me, I will meditate, and I've been meditating now for probably 10 years. So I'm not just starting, and I've done a lot of training in it, but I'll meditate in the bath, you know, like that's a place where like I'm really comfortable and like I really like let go and like receive, you know, because for me, you know, that it's like a deep care kind of thing, and also an opening to receive, you know, what spirit wants to tell me and what love wants to like move through me, or what wants to be healed, or, you know, all of that. And so, you know, I'm not maybe suggesting that. Obviously, you don't want to like fall asleep in the bathtub, but even just like sitting.
It sounds amazing, actually.
But, you know, just to give you an example that it's not, and it does help to, you know, because I also don't want to make it sound like it's a whatever thing. You could do it while you're running, or, you know, like whatever. But also, once you do a little bit of training, like you can like go on a nature walk in the morning, or go walking in the morning, and have that be a part of it. But you kind of have to know a little bit like what you do, you know. It's not just like it's something that also requires, I think, a little bit of training, you know, but not to discourage anybody. There's plenty of places that you can get that, and there's so many things online you can do now. It's like, you know, just the desire to even want to do it. I think staying close to that, and then feeling into like, you know, when do I feel like I'm like, you know, alert, but also, you know, like ready to do this, you know, or if it's hard for you to sleep at night, doing it at night, you know, if it, you know, it's kind of like, the time of day, you know, or if maybe you have kids, like the middle of the day is the only time you're like alone, or, you know, and then that's like a moment where you can express, you know, you can hold that, open that door up for yourself.
Yeah. No, and that's kind of like the thing. Like I wake up in the morning and I'm not like invigorated. Like I press the coffee pot and I spend like an hour honestly meditating with my coffee. And like I'm literally sitting there and I'm just like, I can't even function, you know, which is something I'd like to work on, but that's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
But besides,
I mean, I think that's fine. I remember like when I used to go see these you know who David Lynch is?
No.
He's a filmmaker,
Okay.
but anyway, he makes these really crazy films. But I used to go see his films at the IFC in New York City. And I just would always be so happy because they would serve coffee. They might do that now everywhere, I don't know. But back then, they didn't. And they would always serve coffee because, like, and he's a big meditator. And anyway.
Oh, no, I think what'd you say?
I would just always be so excited to like be able to watch a movie and drink coffee at the same time. Awesome. But anyway, you just reminded me of that. So I think that's fine also, you know. I think like, you know.
I think connection kind of got spotty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better? Okay. I think, you know, something that I just was offering in the love recovery program I'm doing is, you know, as a part of the meditation too, like having a trust tea, you know, I mean, it could be a trust coffee, obviously it doesn't flow as nicely, but you know, where you're like, also, you're just taking a moment to just really remember and like drink, you know, this connection to trusting that, you know, that life is supporting us, you know, because it's like, I just heard how like for every negative thought or negative, you know, thought pattern, it's like we need to replace it with 4 positive
That's
ones.
awesome.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I just heard it, so I don't, you know, quote me. I don't know.
But I like that idea.
And I don't, but it's true, you know, and so also the meditation that I'll share with you all, and part of what I think it is, and it affects the mind, but it also is about, you know, connecting into the energy of that lives in our bodies and that lives in our soul, you know, that lives inside the energy of our body, not just physically, but the energy, the things that we feel, the things that we sense, and even the deeper layers of knowing and wisdom that when we don't take the time, we get really disconnected from 100%. Naturally.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's definitely like, I think what I want to put forth in like, you know, just like a cheesy like New Year thing is like just getting reconnected to that whole like capacity. You know, because I can get into spaces of like superb. Most people wouldn't know this, but like you know me for so long that you know my entire history. But I can get really down on myself and like super negative, you know. And then I get to these spaces like, what are you doing? Like, you know, because I have the clarity now to kind of do a shift, but I'm already bringing that negativity, you know, in where. So so I'm excited what you're gonna do right now.
Yeah. And I think it's also like, you know, just to reflect back from what you just shared, you know, I mean, I think that's true for everyone. You know, I think there's like saints out in the world that, you know, potentially don't have that experience, but that's not most of our goals anyway. You know, most of us want to live happy, fulfilling lives. And so, you know, the willingness to come back to that place faster of remembering who we really are is kind of like what you just shared really beautifully, you know, so not to have that pressure for just to put that out there too, of feeling like there's some, you know, I think some things really can fall away in terms of, you know, for me, the way that I used to obsess about smoking cigarettes, for example, like I just don't have that anymore. It was like a miracle, you know, it's gone, you know, and a lot of that came from, you know, doing this kind of work and practice. So some things totally change and transform. And then, you know, we're just humans and we get angry and we, you know, say things we don't mean and we do things and we mess up and then we feel shame. And, you know, it's like, it's all there for us to kind of, I think to include all of that in your practice, is really important, you know, because that is our humanness and the aspects of ourselves that are, you know, not helpful in life or for relationships. needs, you know, it needs a place to be loved, and it needs a place to not have so much pressure on it to be different, you know?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
like it.
All right,
Let's do it.
We'll do just a short meditation. So if you are, you know, watching this, if you're, as long as you're not driving, if you're driving, then you can just listen, but obviously pay attention to where you're going. But if you're at home or, you know, wherever you are, you just want to make sure when you're meditating that you're really comfortable. So you can sit on a couch. Like I said, it's nice if you do want to cultivate a practice to have a place where you kind of sit each time. At least, especially if you're beginning, you know, it really helps to kind of bring you back into, because part of it is like your nervous system remembers and feels. And part of what's happening right now is when you sit with someone who's meditated for a long time, you actually can receive that transmission of my, like the nervous system,
I'm like
you know, as
right
energy.
now,
Yeah. And so like, that's, you know, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think we can all understand that there is energy, you know, there's electricity, you know, there's a drawing between us, you know, you feel it when you fall in love, you feel it when, you know, when you're having anxiety. It's like, you know, there's these unseen forces between us and within us. And so part of what we're doing is just receiving that, you know, so that's why it's beautiful you're holding this space for people, because they can keep coming back to, you know, the things you're sharing as that, almost like a vortex, or like a portal, or, you know, something where you can really transcend, but also go deeper down into what you're currently experiencing, and have it be loved, whatever it is. So that's kind of the foundation of this meditation we'll do, which is really just bringing everything that you're experiencing right now into this space of love and of unconditional love. So that's why you want to be comfortable.
I'm going to get on a little bit of a jacket then.
Yeah, so get cozy. And you can start just by interlacing your fingers and reaching your arms up just to stretch into your sides and lean side to side. If you're in a chair, you know, relaxing your feet on the ground can be nice. So unless you have a big enough chair where you can cross your legs. And then just relax your hands on your legs and roll your shoulders back. So you can do some really nice big shoulder rolls going back. You can hear me okay? This tone of voice is okay?
You're perfect.
Okay. And just take an easy twist to one side. So just turn your body. Take a deeper inhale. And take a deeper exhale. And then twist to the other side. You can smile on this side just for fun. See what happens.
I love you.
Smiling can help kind of, you know, relieve that sense of seriousness that we tend to get when we meditate, which is fine and good, because sometimes we, you know, I take things very seriously. So it's, you know, so it's helpful to kind of, you know, start with that sometimes.
I like it.
And then you can just let your eyes close and relax your body where you're sitting. And as you close your eyes, just take a moment and really feel where you are. So just tune into the room that you're in, tune into the ground below your seat, and just welcoming your whole body. So your physical body, welcoming it, and also welcoming the room that you're in. Maybe imagining the different things, the different objects, maybe just inanimate objects, maybe people. Whatever it is, just feeling into that. Relax your jaw, relax your belly. Let there be a little space in between your teeth, and your tongue can just rest for now on the lower palate. And just imagine your molars in the back of your mouth, and let the very back of your jaw and your molars relax. Relax the sides of your neck, your ears. soften the space in between your eyebrows. And notice as you're just very simply starting by relaxing your physical body, just see if you could notice at the same time that you're doing that, what you're experiencing inside of that body. Like, what is the feeling in this moment? Like, maybe as you start to relax, you feel a sense of tiredness, or maybe you feel an excitement or an anxiety. Maybe you feel, like I said, this sense of seriousness or sincerity, you know, just really feeling like the part of you that's really here, that really wants to have an experience of letting go and of opening. And you can keep feeling your physical body, relaxing your feet, your toes, your ankles. Relax your fingers, your hands, and your wrists. And some people, you know, out there know about the chakra system, which is the system of energy centers, one system of energy centers in your body that all kind of represent and hold a different intention inside of them. And I'm not going to get into all that, but for now, I just want you to imagine like you had chakras all over your body, like there was just energy centers in every pore of your skin. And just imagine all of that just starting to open. So even the subtlety of your skin, which is the largest organ in your body, getting a little bit softer in this moment. You're safe, you're supported. We're here to really hold the container of releasing into love. And so there's nothing to be afraid of. And even if you're feeling any fear or anxiety, that's totally okay and natural. And just notice where your natural breath is moving. So maybe you feel it in your belly, maybe you feel it in your chest. Just let the natural feeling of your breath take your attention, the way that you would focus on something or someone that you really loved. And if that feels really hard to do in this moment, just deepen your breath a tiny bit, but just a little bit, just enough that you can feel it just for another couple seconds. It's because it's not about focusing on your breath so much, but it's just about tuning into that subtle realm inside. But you're totally welcome to feel a deeper inhale and exhale a couple times. Letting the exhalation really drop down into your body. So you're not leaving your body in this meditation, but you're coming more deeply into it and coming more fully into that part of you that can open to receive healing energy and love. In the same way that when we're in a place or in a relationship or in a situation that is really triggering, you know, a lot of intensity of darkness, or sometimes we even feel kind of eclipsed by other people's energy and situations that bring out, you know, a lot of our darkness, which is, you know, something we all experience. This is almost like the opposite of that, where we're just opening to actually receive positive healing energy and receiving that same kind of, you know, ghost in a sense, where there is like something that can penetrate you, that can actually take over your body and your mind. But this ghost is something that is here to support you. So start to just notice the feeling in the center of your chest and allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling in this moment without a ton of judgment. You might judge it, and that's fine, but let your mind do whatever it wants. But notice the feeling in your heart. How is your heart doing today? What do you notice? And even if it feels just like emptiness or numbness, just let the feeling get stronger. And really notice how we can, you know, come together in this place of the heart, this part of us that we're sharing in this moment, and that we can open to receiving spirit. And as you notice what's arising, just start to imagine like there was a healing energy, a light that was moving into your body right in the center of your chest, and was just starting to surround even your physical heart and surround whatever you're experiencing or not experiencing in this moment, surrounding it with the energy of love. And then starting to bring a little bit of a deeper inhalation. And as you inhale, receive the feeling of your inhale as if you could receive that love more deeply into your heart, into everything that you're experiencing and feeling in that space right now, whether it's numbness or disconnection, or it's, you know, full on openness and love, and that sense of almost like longing that you can even get sometimes that feels like maybe a pain. There's no experience that is invalid. And so whatever it is that you're feeling, just take a couple breaths and just receive the feeling of your breath. And also receive the love of spirit. Like you could bathe everything that's going on inside of you with this love. This vast, unnameable, indescribable, unconditional love. Any feelings that you've been experiencing or have in the past of depression or anxiety or lowness or shame, just let it come up into this moment of meeting this love, and let this love wash over it. There's nothing too big for spirit, for this wild love that penetrates through all things. And then just start to breathe a little deeper into your belly for this last part. Keep receiving your breath. Take a satisfying or dramatic exhale out of your mouth. Start to notice the feeling of your physical body in the room that you're in. Notice the atmosphere of the room that you're in, and just acknowledge that love is in the atmosphere that is surrounding your whole body, right where you are. And you can let your breath be natural, and then let your eyes come open when you feel ready.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Seriously, that was really, really good. I haven't been able to get to a space where I feel like really kind of like, I don't know if this makes sense, but like heavy in my body, like I used to, but like in a good way, like really connected and like feeling, you know, it like, and of course it ebbs and it flows, but it's been a while since I've been able to just feel that, which is so nice. And you're gonna make me cry. I don't know why. So awesome.
Good.
Don't make me cry, Age.
Crying is so good.
I know, but so this was really,
I cry all the
this
time.
is so nice. And I'm so happy that, you know, we were able to connect, like, even if it's virtually, like, this was a beautiful experience to do with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for asking me. I'm so grateful. And and I feel like crying is, I'm a big advocate for crying, because I, you know, like, again, depending on who you are, you know, for many more of us than I think is permitted, we're kind of criers, and that's how when we soften, you know, we feel those under layers, and, you know, you don't have to know what it is or that it means anything at all, but, you know, just making space for that, I think is really beautiful. So, and it's, you know, it's tender.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that was like perfect. And I think I needed it, because I definitely have a lot of physical symptoms that generate here, and they go actually through like my scapula, which is, you know, with the anxiety. So to kind of like focus on that energy around the heart was super important for me today. So thank you so much for this. And just to finish, because I want people to learn more about you too, since obviously most of the people follow me on, you know, the East Coast, like how can they work with you, you know, moving forward?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the things that I do are online. Okay, so you don't have to be in person at all, because again, like I said, a lot of this is it really is so energy based, and I do work with people in person too. I live in California, between Los Angeles and a place called Ojai, California, but I'm also going to be leading a silent but fun meditation retreat in March. If you do feel inspired to come to California, actually with David, the meditation teacher that you spoke to earlier. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're going to be leading it together. So, you know, it's also like, come to California if you know, really want to learn how to meditate and how to kind of, you know, move into all this space. But of course, you can find me online, and just any questions that anybody has, I'm always happy to answer on Instagram. And if I don't answer you for some reason, just message me again, because sometimes I forget or get lost in other things. So, but would love to see you sometime soon.
Yes, we'll figure things out. I definitely would love to see you too. So I'll plan a trip. I'll definitely do that this year.
Yay! Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, sending you big virtual hugs and kisses.
Yay!
Thank you
Sending
again.
You so much love. See you soon.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, I just had a wonderful experience with Adriana. I hope you guys did too. And until tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Bye.